Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. Jump in the queue here, use up a platinum ticket, and get matched right away. Good news. Against Killer Chino. I think I've played this person once, maybe I've just watched a bit, I'm not sure. I see some big absorbers. A lot of reasons to go for a lot of blue. Right, Manticore doomed mech into grid seems pretty cool. Given that you're doing that, what attackers are you building? Can you get Arca? It seems like you should be able to. Maybe you in fact don't get grid, you just get like double blue into Arca. The other question on my mind is like, hey, what about Arms Race? Oh, what about Nivo? That should be pretty good against like a lot of things here. I think Arms Race is probably not so great because I just don't, it just doesn't seem great. Like I don't want to be committed to a whole Animus just for Arms Races, you know? And then eventually like one Arca. I don't really want to be building a lot of Tarsiers, I don't think. Although maybe it's fine to build some. Maybe Rhinos actually. Like, cause like you can spend your blue pretty cheaply. And you need something else to do with all your money. I'm honestly not sure if I even want to follow this third Engie business. Like, with Manticore and Arms Race, there's like... And Arca, right? There's a lot of reward for building attack early. Right? Like you can get a splitter and then a Manticore, and then you click that Manticore for a while you put down 2 Arms Races for a while. And then suddenly you have a bunch of attack and you can get an Arca. And honestly, like the sooner you can get going on all that, the better, I think. I don't really want to devote a lot of time to droning. Do I want a conduit? Yeah, probably, because Nivo's an Arms Race. So I think I'll just get one now. Next turn a Forge, then a Splitter, and try to upgrade that to a Manticore. I feel a little bit bad about like not going for a ton of econ when Doomed Mech and Defense Grid are in the set, but I think with Arca and Arms Race and Manticore, it's justifiable to go a bit faster. I would like to see my opponent build a conduit here because then my Steel Splitter attack is not getting absorbed. And I'm not sure how integral green is in their plan. Also against this I could consider a Tesla Coil. But I think that if I go for that, they just have... I'm not playing into my strengths, which is this like Manticore and Arca business, right? Especially against a Forge, there's no way I'm getting... But like against a conduit, maybe I could have gotten a Tesla Coil. Here it's clearly no good. And so we can get a Manticore and an Animus, and just get going on those Arms Races. Which should get us into Arca shape pretty quickly. And importantly, the Manticore will give us enough econ to build double Arms Race. Although I guess I can still build 2 drones this coming turn as well, so that's not important to consideration. I'm not feeling so great about this conduit, to be honest, but I guess I'm now finally ready to spend the green. Opponent will get a wall here, which I mean a splitter. You know, which is going to make my double arms race a little bit less appealing, but I think it's still well worth doing. If they get 2 attackers, like, I don't know, I guess they can do that if they want. I might consider something different, but I think it's pretty important for me to get a large number of attackers very soon. No, they're just going to go straight into grid. Okay, that's fine with me. This means they can attack with their steel splitter if they want, you know, kill an NG. Oh well. I think probably 2 arms races is all I'm gonna get, and then I'm gonna have 6 attack, but you know, which obviously you can't get Arca with. But I can hold back the Manticore. And I'll be holding back a splitter as well to defend with, probably. Although maybe I can attack with it and just build a wall. But I'd rather get a doomed mech. And then I'll have, like, about 7 attack. I haven't run the numbers, but... Yeah, this is how you react to an opponent who's building something very defensive and very slow, is give them even more defense. And then when we're ready, we'll start Nivoing them. I could build 2 more arms races. I'm not sure how great an idea that would be. Next turn, I would then have 6... Hold this back, let's say. 6 plus 3 more of the new attackers would be 9, and Arca's still okay. I could get a Manticore. Yeah, that's pretty cool, because now I have, what? 4, 5, 7, 9, hold 2 back, and Arca. Yeah, so next turn we get the Arca. I like this a lot. Get the Arca and hold back 1 Manticore. And then after that, I think we start Nivoing and building Doomed Mechs. And opponent won't be in a position to counter Arca, which is great. That was part of the point of rushing out all this attack. Do we get 2 Nivos? Yeah, 2 Nivos sounds good, right? And Conduit so we can keep doing that? Or Blast Forge so we can get a grid? I don't think I want a grid. I don't need the 2 Nivos yet, or the extra Conduit yet either. I could like drone NG or something. It's going to be quite hard to spend all of my tech on the coming turns, so probably adding more tech is not that great. Let's just get drone and maybe not even NG. Like, what do I need it for, right? Yeah. In fairness, my Arca's not getting a lot of absorb value. Sure, that's a good arms races, I think. Actually, isn't this just giving my Arca value now that it wasn't getting before? I was gonna have to attack with it earlier. Now they like kind of have at least 5 attack anyway. Ah, I see. They're setting up to Arca me. Fine, I'll attack then. See if I care. Two Nivos is no good on the turn that they're Arcaing because they'll absorb on Arca or Grid. Two more arms races? It seems a little bit silly, but actually we're well past... We're not yet at the point where they like need help defending. Are they? Maybe they are. I'm killing almost everything here. They just have... They might have trouble not losing either Grid or Arca. Yeah. Okay, I think I'll go in with this attack here. Oh, I should... yeah, here we go. Let's just build the Rhino as an even cheaper like absorber for them to like run into. And that way I can spend my blue very cheaply and use my red up on Rhinos. Now we have what? 4, 10, 13, 15, 19 threat. And they have to like... Yeah, it's going to be really hard to get an Arca down. They have to lose the Grid or the Arca now. No, that defends them both. I don't know about arms race. At any rate, starting next turn, we're back to double Nivos, I think, pretty much forever. So I'm going to need a second conduit pretty soon. Maybe not yet, but soon. And then I'll be overtech'd, right? You know, there's no two ways about it. I wish I had, like, well, I wish I could sell some of these tech buildings back. Like maybe the Animus I don't really want anymore. Or one Forge, but probably the Animus would be my choice if I could. I wonder if I should have held back Arca so that, like, right now we made it hard for them to build Arca and made the Arca not very good if they do build it, because like I'm just absorbing on Rhino. I wonder if I should have done something about that. I think I don't want the NG because... Well, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't get this conduit yet. I'm not using the green for anything else, and it's making me float some tech. I'm floating tech anyway, but at least this way it's less. And I want to get down a splitter so that I can buy a Manticore next turn, perhaps? Actually, yeah, since I want to have my blue available for Manticores, which means I don't want to have to spend them on walls, so I'm going to put down one NG here just in case. That is a lot of force fields. Maybe I was... okay. Maybe I should have attacked with the Arca to prevent this Arca from getting value. It's kind of hard to do so, though. So here we're freezing the 2 walls, I think. We can't deny them absorb, so we want to make them lose as many valuable units as possible. And I'm not sure exactly what they lose if we freeze 2 walls, but that's clearly the best thing to spend these Nivos on. So here they get to keep what? 13 health alive, so that's 7. They're losing 2 attack, at least, and they're probably holding back 4 more. Let's just get a Rhino, that defends. The last Manticore, 2 Nivos, and a Conduit. Is there some way they could cause me to die here? Well, they could choose to sack the grid, I guess, right? Then they'd have more attack. But if they sack the grid and go in with the Arca... Sort of a problem, isn't it? What if I held back 1 more Rhino? Well, hang on. First of all, is this even a threat? Like, let's say they absorb on Arca and they lose grid. They keep 13 health alive. That's all the attackers. Yeah. So, okay. I think I'll hold back this 1 Rhino to prevent that Gambit. Unless I can prove that it's no good, which I don't really have time to do. Actually, I could cut this. No, it's good. I was thinking I could cut the Conduit because I don't have enough Nivos to freeze the defense grid every turn, including its last turn. And so there's going to be like 1 turn where I choose not to do that. And maybe it could be next turn. It's really important to freeze it on its last go. Actually, oh no, this is exactly the right number. Freeze it on 3 and 2 and 1. Yeah. So I did want that last Conduit. And okay, I could have attacked with the Rhino if they were going to play this way, but I don't know. Maybe I should have clicked the Rhino anyway, because like is gambiting grid really great for them? I doubt it. Like, not just gambiting it, actually losing it is what they would have to do. Oh, hold back the Arca. Yes, do it. It's an exploit for 1, so well done on that. When they do this again, of course, I freeze the walls. And then I think they have to lose the grid early? I could choose to freeze the grid to force them to lose it next turn, to let me Nivo it to death. I'm not sure. Should I force this choice? This does kill the grid. But then my Nivos next turn are not actually so great. Well, maybe it's a bit hard for me to actually keep building Nivos. We'll see. I'm not sure if I should kill the grid or force him to keep it. Ah, okay. Let's kill the grid because I didn't have time to think it through. And now I don't want any more Nivos. lose the force fields in the grid. There you go. Okay, that's a cool power play. Wall supplies, by the way, I have a ton. My opponent has none. Good to know. I envy my opponent, by the way, getting this symbiote. I wish I had been able to do that. I don't love having these two conduits anymore, and if I could sell one back by clicking a symbiote, I would love to be able to do so. Maybe I missed a chance to do that somehow. It's a lot of damage. Opponent is not guaranteed to lose anything. Any attackers, anyway. And indeed, holding drones suggests they will prefer to keep the rhinos, so they probably are not losing anything. But this defends pretty comfortably. Why hold the drones if you're... Oh, I see. To gambit against my Arca click? Really? Yeah, but if you're holding them back anyway, I think you probably should lose them. I think we got him. I'm surprised I never ended up buying any Doomed mechs this game. It just like never really was possible. I was committed to spending a lot of tech after going for the Arms Race and Arca, which are like very high tech investment but low gold investment. And then after that, I had Manticore available as a blue sync. Alright, cool. And so Doomed Mech, much as I would have liked it, just never really hit the table. Wow, that's a remarkable difference. And so is this, of course. Well, I went to Analyze mode instead of Replay. I'm going back to Replay, actually. It's just a lot nicer to watch. Oh, Kalento's playing. Okay, so I think the key decision in this game was like turn 2, right? Do you get the NG or do you get a conduit and go for something faster? I think the numerous beatings I've gotten recently in Arca sets have caused me to respect a bit more the value of building attack early for Arca. And with the double blue support and Arca's anti-synergy with defense grid, I think it was correct to go for more of an Arca Manticore thing than defense grid Doomed Mech. This was kind of an awkward turn because I don't love having no absorber and giving my opponent a free engineer kill, but I think it was really quite great to get a splitter and then a manticore as a way to like force out a wall and then deny it value, and also to spend my double blue cheaply while I set up the arms races. So I think it was worth it. It feels kind of bad, but what can you do? I don't think I mentioned, at this point in the game, I do have the opportunity to trade engineers if I want, right? I can attack with the splitter, killing one more engineer, but giving him a free engineer kill. I decided against that because I'm the one building arms races. He's the one building defense grid, right? The engineer matters a lot more to me than to him, and so why trade them? And I think that discovering this second Manticore, like this wasn't a play that I had planned when I came into this turn. I was trying to think like, how do I get 7 attack exactly? Like it's not a disaster to build Arca with 8 attack, but you know you'd rather not waste that damage. And the problem was Manticore was 2 or 0. And I had an even number of other attackers from Arms Race, so like what to do? And I finally realized, aha, Manticore can let me buy one attack / sell one attack, depending on how you look at it, right? Manticore adds one attack very cheaply, and then it can sell back too. So if you want, it's like giving you value for selling back an attacker temporarily, and then you can buy it back again by declining to click it in future. And so this kind of timed out perfectly. Another arms race, another couple arms races would have been cool, but it would have been like way more damage than I wanted for the Arca. My own Arca is not like amazing because opponent has no attack, but I mean, you know, if your opponent is doing like has a maximum of 3 damage on the turn you're building Arca, like how sad can you be, right? You must just be miles ahead. So I think this Arca here was correct. And opponent got these arms races, which I think I agree with. They need Arca, or did they actually get them? Yeah, they did. They need the Arca, and furthermore, I'm like sort of in a position of not needing to defend for a while. Now, this turn might have been my chance to get a Gaussite, right? I'm clearly attacking with the Arca because I don't want to give them value. And I built Rhinos as like, hey, these are really shitty absorbers. Would you like to let me absorb with them or deny with Arca? I would have loved to be able to hold this splitter, buy Gaussite, and like spend my blue. Maybe I could have gotten a doomed mech. Yeah. Because I was thinking like, okay, if I spend my blue on a wall, then I have 1 blue left to spend, and I can't spend it while getting a Gaussite. If I spend my blue on Manticore, great, but I can't defend with the splitter anymore, and I don't have any absorber, and like that kind of sucks too. So I think a good compromise on this turn that I didn't have time to figure out in the game would be something more like this. Spending my blue and my red, getting that Gaussite so that I have plenty of green. A downside of this is that I can't double Nivo, but opponent looks like they might want to Arca this. Like, this is probably the best value Arca I'm ever going to give them, and so I think they should probably take it. In the actual game, I made a mistake by offering them a better Arca, holding back this guy to defend. I think I should have been continuing to press on, attacking with it and building walls. And I could do the same thing after building this doomed mech. It's just like an attacker. You're never holding it here to defend, at least not until they've built the Arca. After which, like, sure, maybe you will. It gives the opponent good value for Nivos, but that's a long way away in the future when this doomed mech is on 1 health, 1 lifespan, and in the meantime it's gotten a lot of value. So I think this would be an interesting turn. Like, let's see what this ends up looking like for them. They get the Arca, let's say. And get a wall and a Rhino and a force field, and now, like, okay, a second force field. They're now defending both the Arca and the grid, right? Having built Nivos made it very difficult for them to do something like this. And this, I think, is what I actually wanted them to do, and so I maybe shouldn't have bullied them so much with Nivos. This was their window for a good Arca, or the best Arca they were going to get. Although, I don't know, they get a pretty decent one next turn by clicking Manticore together with the Tarsiers, but like that's assuming they built no attack this turn. So if they do build more attack, then they kind of have trouble getting another Arca. Maybe they getting Arca next turn. Maybe they could build another Manticore or something. I don't know. But, you know, this is a plausible thing an opponent might try, right? how does that work out with our doomed mech? Well, first thing, I can now start holding back Arca comfortably, which is nice. I can go back to getting double Nivos every time. Manticore is nice and cheap. Rhinos. Sure. And it's pretty comfortable, I think. Whereas opponent is in a bit of a pickle with all this stuff. They might choose to hold Arca, in fact. I don't know. But it's pretty tough to do that. Like, you hold Arca so that like opponent can't threaten to freeze out your defense grid, but then they can freeze other stuff that's neither of these, and so you have to over defend by so much to make sure they both stay alive. And if all your Arca is doing is holding back and acting like a defense grid when you already have a defense grid, I don't know, they both kind of suck. So I think you might just do this and try to find 8 more defense somewhere. It's real hard. Yeah, I think this Doom mech would have been pretty cool. But okay, we didn't do that. We just built the Manticore right away and gave opponent a really crummy Arca, and so they declined to take it. Wait, oh, I didn't freeze anything on this turn either. Huh. Did I? Oh yeah, I did. It's just the Nivos are gone because I spent them already. And the grid isn't frozen because defense is over. Got it. Yeah. So, but I didn't build Nivos this turn, so they actually could have tried, like, to get an Arca down. I don't know. Okay, moving on. I was just like far enough ahead in attack, and I had the Nivos to make their Arca and grid both look pretty bad. And they often had to get no value out of Arca, either defense or attack. And I'm still not sure about this decision. Like, should I have made them lose the grid or made them keep it? I get to choose, and I genuinely don't know which one I want. I think it might have been better to make them lose the grid. Sorry, make them keep the grid, so that next turn I can Nivo it down and it gets not even soak. But I sort of like ran out of time to calculate how to build 2 Nivos. I was thinking of like clicking a Manticore and doing this to in the line where I forced them to lose this. Now they're clearly keeping Arca back, but we do have like 27 actual damage this turn, which is pretty amazing. Maybe they try this anyway, I don't know. No walls. Yowza. This defends. I don't know, this looks pretty grim. Because they're losing like 2 attack. So this defends, although honestly just a Rhino is fine as a gambit. And now I wish I could click a Symbiote, but I don't have any. Yeah, I don't know. This line is probably better. Making them lose the grid a turn early is really not valuable. Making them keep it and then freezing it, I think, is better. Owning both of them was kind of causing them trouble, right? Having to like play around it being frozen and stuff. Yeah. So I think that would have definitely been an improvement. would be on the turn where it had 2 lifespan to make them keep it. Yeah. Okay, well, get out of here, English chat. I guess that'll do it this game. What did I learn here, I guess, is another question to ask. Like, I guess Defense Grid and Arca are a pretty bad combo, and so if you're getting both, you really need the Arca first. And basically to just treat it as only an attacker. Well, it can defend while you get the grid up, but once you have them both, you really, like, can't use the Arca as a defender, of course. I'm also glad I played somewhat correctly with Nivo Charge and saw how impactful it would be. That was one of the main reasons for picking up this very early Conduit. Like, yeah, arms races are good, but as you saw, like, I was floating green for a long time. I could have maybe delayed the Conduit to get more NGs, to get, therefore, more drones, although I think that was wrong because it would also delay the Manticore. But, an excess of green is going to be fine in this game because Nivos are always going to be great. And not having to build a second Conduit for a really long time was nice. Okay, cool. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.